You should get a comparative market analysis on your home every year, and here's why. So comparative market analysis is when a professional agent like myself puts together an opinion of value on your property at the current point in time, judging by all the recently sold properties in your area. And of course has a lot to do with your property, not just, hey, this house sold for this, that means your house is worth that. They take the size of your property, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, any recent updates you may have done, size of your lot, everything into account, and they say, hey, well, based on everything we've seen, and they'll provide those examples to you, this is what your house is worth right now. And this is what you could sell it for right now. So why is this important if you're not looking to sell your home? And I say, Jordan, I hear you, but I don't want to sell my house. I don't need to know the value. You do, and you want to. So a big reason why you want to know the value here in Texas is because we get tax assessments, and that's what they do to determine our property taxes. They might say, hey, you bought this house for $500 5 years ago. We think it's worth $800 now, so we're gonna tax you on the $800,000 value. When in reality, if you get a CMA done, that property may only be worth $700,000. So they're taxing you on a much higher valuation than you could even sell the property for, and that's just not fair. And that's absolutely what you don't want. You're paying more money in taxes, you'll never get that money back, and that's your money. So make sure you understand what your property is worth at all points in time, just for that reason, if nothing else. You don't have any other reasons, make sure you understand, because your tax assessment could be off. Understand that tax assessment is not what your property is actually worth, and it's not what you could sell it for. So you need to know what you can actually sell your property for in any one period of time, so you can go protest that tax assessment if you have to, or do you know you need to hire somebody to protest it. Outside of that, it's important just to know what your property is worth at any point in time, because what if you do possibly want to sell and upgrade, or what if you do want to sell and downsize? You might know when that right time comes because you know what your house is worth. So you know what, house is worth $800,000, I bought it for $500,000, I'd like to sell, and I'd like to move into something bigger in a better area, or I would like to move down the street a little further to get out of town. It's super important just to know that, just for your own purposes. It doesn't cost anything. Just reach out to an agent like myself and we'll get this done for you. But it can also help because you can know what equity is in your home. So again, if you bought it for $500,000 and it's worth $800,000 now, there's a large chunk of equity in that home that you could use to do whatever you want with. You could get a line of credit on that. You could buy rental properties. You could make private money or hard money loans to people. You could consolidate higher rate debts. If you've got a bunch of credit card debt, and rather than pay 30% interest, like we're getting right now, you could consolidate that and get it down to 9% interest and pay that off quicker because you're not paying so much interest. That could be great. Now, once you get out of that, make sure you don't get back into that debt. High rate debt, high interest consumer debt, it's one of the worst things there is. But that being said, it just helps you understand what you could do with the equity in your home. You could refinance it, you could buy rental properties, whatever you want. It's just so helpful to understand how much equity is in your home, to make sure that you know what you can do at any one point in time. And that CMA is free. Reach out to me, I would love to help. Jordan.moorhead@kw.com. Thanks for listening.